Hello, this is How To Bob, and it's time to change the air filter on my 2002 Honda Shadow Sabre. I'm going to replace the stock one with a K&N, and you'll notice here this has a Mustang aftermarket seat, so I'm going to remove the driver backrest to get started. And then the only thing holding this particular seat on is the nut on the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove, there's a decorative acorn nut on there, and then once I get that off, there is another nut and a flat washer. Once I get those off, all I have to do is lift up the back of the seat and pull backwards, and it'll come right off. You can see there's a little tang up here, and that's what slides underneath the gas tank. Now your stock seats will attach here and here, so you may have to loosen that if you have a stock seat. Now right underneath there are 4 screws holding the air filter lid on, so I'm going to go ahead and remove all 4 screws that hold my air filter lid in, and that's right below where the seat is, between the fender and the gas tank. Once I get those out, the air filter lid will pop right out. Now you can see I have a lot of wires in my way. I have a lot of accessories on my bike. Once I get the air filter lid off, I can take the air filter off and discard that. I want to make sure I clean out my air filter box. You can see it gets a little debris in there and just dirt. I want to go ahead and clean that out very thoroughly. Take a look at this here. It's pretty much dirt in there, so I'm going to clean that out real good. Then I'm going to clean my air filter lid off to get it ready for the gasket that goes on with the K&N filter. And once I get this good and clean, I can go ahead and put my gasket on. Let me do a test fit here. It goes right on the bottom side of the cover. And that just seals off the filter, making sure that it gets a good seal and all the airflow goes where it's supposed to go. So just peel off the adhesive backing and press on my gasket, and voila, I'm done with my air filter cover. Now you can see just how this is going to fit together once it's in the bike, and everything seems to fit fairly well. So I'm going to go ahead and put the air filter in the air box. The open end goes up, and then I'm going to take my air filter cover and slide it into place and make sure it's adjusted so the screws line up, and put all 4 of my screws back in to the air filter cover. Now with this being a K&N aftermarket performance filter, there may be some adjustments to the carburetor that might need to be done to make it run, but for this video it's just replacing the air filter, and this will work for a stock filter or K&N or whatever you have. While I got this off, I'm going to go ahead and spray it down with some detailer and clean off all the dirt and grime that gets stuck under the seat. Make sure all my wires are tucked in. I do have quite a bit of wires under here because I have a few accessories on this bike, like I said. But I'll get those tucked in so they don't get pinched by the seat. And once I get those in place, I can then take my seat, and I want to take the front tab or tang and slide it underneath the tank here. And then I can set it down on the bolt on the back. And like I said, this is an aftermarket Mustang seat. You may have to bolt it in on the side if you have a stock seat. But in this Mustang seat, all there is the bolt in the back. So I'll put my flat washer on, then I have a nut that I tighten up, and after that I use my decorative nut here. It's just a chrome acorn nut, and I tighten that on there, and that's all there is to changing the filter on a 2002 Honda Shadow Sabre. This is How To Bob. Thanks for watching.